Simmons has broken her silence on growing allegations about Diddy being involved in trafficking, alongside other high-profile industry men, and she allegedly believes her ex-husband Russell Simmons is one of them. In 2017, multiple women accused Russell of SA, with the youngest alleged victim being just 17. Months later, Russell moved to Indonesia, a country that doesn't have any extradition treaty with the U.S. Now, as you all know by now, Diddy, aka Sean Combs, accused Diddy of trafficking SA and DV in a bombshell lawsuit, which he then settled in record time, probably to avoid the discovery phase in trial. After Cassie's story blew up, a lot of people pointed out that it sounded very similar to what Kimora Lee went through with Russell Simmons. Russell was 35 when he met Kimora, who was 15 or 16, while Diddy was 37 when he allegedly started grooming 19-year-old Cassie. Kimora also accused Russell earlier this year of mistreating her and their two daughters. One of the daughters provided receipts to show Russell as a dangerous and violent man. When you add all this to the fact that Kimora was a close friend of Diddy's late girlfriend Kim Porter, it really makes you wonder how deep this rabbit hole goes. So now that Kimora is speaking out on Cassie's lawsuit, will this get the ball rolling to expose all these alleged traffickers in the music industry? Could this also lead to Kim Porter's case being reopened? Let's break it down. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Diddy. Diddy may have settled the lawsuit with Cassie, but this is definitely not the end because Cassie opened a can of worms. By making her story public, she encouraged other people to speak out against Diddy's alleged crimes. One of these people is Kimora Lee, who just broke her silence on Cassie's lawsuit and hinted that Diddy is finally getting the karma he deserves. One day after Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy, alleging years of DV, SA, and trafficking, Kimora shared a story with the message, "As you sow, so shall you reap." Meanwhile, an old interview with Kimora resurfaced, where she spoke about how Diddy once threatened to kill her while she was pregnant back in 2004. Kimora talked about this incident with the New York Magazine, and interestingly, she mentioned her then-husband Russell Simmons, suggesting that Diddy copied Russell in everything. There was a nasty cloudburst when Kimora said something to Combs and he threatened to hit her. Kimora added, "I was pregnant." Diddy got down on his knees in public to apologize. And Kimora said, "I appreciate knowing that everything he does is emulating my husband." Now, Diddy and Russell were very close for years. Russell was a regular at Diddy's infamous parties, and they reportedly used to vacation together when Kim Porter was still alive. But what's really disturbing are the similarities between Russell's relationship with Kimora and Diddy with Cassie. Kimora was just 15 or 16 when she met 35-year-old Russell, and they started dating shortly after. Russell later claimed that they didn't begin dating until Kimora turned 18. In 2020, he wrote on Instagram, "She was legal at 17, but she turned 18. That made her mother and her manager Beth Ann Hardison approved, supported, and rushed us." However, nothing Russell says makes him look innocent, because a 35-year-old man dating an 18-year-old girl may be legal, but it's still predatory. Russell and Kimora got married in 1998 and share two daughters, Mingli and Aoki. However, Kimora and Russell's marriage was rocky from the start, due to Russell's controlling behavior and anger outbursts. In 2008, Kimora filed for divorce, but that's when the real nightmare started and Russell allegedly began harassing and threatening her and their daughters. After initially trying to keep this away from the public to protect her daughters, Kimora reached a boiling point earlier this year and went on Instagram Live to expose Russell for mistreating them for years. He's even said things to them like, "Why did you go to college? You shouldn't have gone to college. You wasted that money. You could have saved it while I'm up here trying to hustle the kids over the finish line." But I think it comes a time when you guys have to ask yourself, why are these women not supportive? What have they gone through? What have they seen that has turned them off? Kimora revealed that despite having zero involvement in their daughters' lives, Russell continued to post photos of the girls on social media, trying to convince the public he's a good dad. This person has not been to any events, did not come to graduation. No, he wasn't particularly wanted, but no one stopped you. He hasn't sent a flower or a gift or a kind word. By the way, doesn't this remind you of the way Diddy always talks about how much he loved Kim Porter? Whenever someone goes out of their way to shove love and positivity in everyone's face, 9 times out of 10, they're covering up something. Kimora later shared a series of stories explaining why she decided to expose Russell, claiming that he threatened to harm her kids. One of Kimora's daughters, Aoki, later confirmed all this and claimed she had evidence of Russell harassing them. Another interesting thing Kimora mentioned in her live is that Russell was broke and she supported him for years. I have records and evidence of this where he's told the kids in writing, "I'm broke, I can't go get it from your mom." Meanwhile, I have been financially carrying this person probably for the last at least 10 years, myself and my ex-husband. This is all proven with receipts. This could explain why Russell fled to Bali after multiple women came forward in 2017 accusing him of SA. He knew he didn't have the money or connection to fight this in court. Just months after SA allegations surfaced, Russell sold his properties in the US, moved to Bali, and reinvented himself as a yoga teacher. If you look at his Instagram, he constantly shares posts about love and spirituality. Doesn't this remind you of someone? Love. I changed my name to Shan. Love. I'm serious about love, y'all. I'm all in on love. I decided I'm just going to be love all the way. Diddy, however, has different kinds of money, and sadly, we've seen time and time again how these ultra-rich and powerful people get away with the worst types of crimes. By the way, this is also something that Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, mentioned a few years ago. He said that he tried to pitch a book about Diddy, Russell, and other shady industry men, and he was told they could go after Russell, but not Diddy. Gene also mentioned something about Diddy and Jay-Z covering up for Russell. People were disgusted on how Jay-Z and Puff are coming out for Russell Simmons. They told me they couldn't go after Puff, but they could go after Russell Simmons. Those people knew that Russ Simmons was on the chopping block, and something was going on. Fans are now urging Kimora to reveal everything she knows about Diddy and Russell, speculating that these trafficking allegations go all the way to the top in Hollywood. One fan said, the way it was described in the lawsuit about Diddy filming Cassie on multiple devices, adjusting the candles and wearing masks while she was SA sounds like some cult ritual. I think he was filming to show other rich elites. Another person added, something else will come out about Diddy by March-April 2024. Don't be surprised if Kimora Lee Simmons will speak on something she saw. Do you think Diddy and Russell were covering up for each other? Do you think Kimora knows more about Diddy's alleged crimes? Comment down below and don't miss out on this next video. Disclaimer. The content presented on this channel is solely for entertainment purposes. Our videos contain views, opinions, and information that are based on rumors, gossip, and publicly available information. It's important to note that these should not be regarded as factual or definitive statements regarding any individuals or event. We do not provide any guarantees or assurances, either express or implied, regarding the completeness, accuracy, reliability, or suitability of the information discussed. We fully respect the rights of individuals and entities. If you come across content that you find misleading, false, or offensive, please reach out to us directly and we will take appropriate actions to address the issue. Our intention is not to harm, defame, or malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone else. Furthermore, it's essential to understand that the views and opinions expressed in our videos and on our channel do not represent the official policy or stance of YouTube or any of its affiliates. We hold no responsibility for any actions taken by viewers based on the information provided in our videos. By choosing to view our content, you agree not to hold us liable for any misinformation, harm, or damages that may result from consuming our content. We strongly encourage you to exercise critical thinking and verify information independently before accepting it as fact.